Go watch the Goofy movie.
Go watch the Goofy movie. Did we talk about the Goofy movie this episode? It's been 42 minutes, and I forget what we did. I forget what we did 20 minutes ago. Was this the episode that I talked for like 30 minutes about the Goofy movie?
It was a long monologue about the Goofy movie.
I'm so sorry to everyone that watches this episode. Hey, welcome back to the chillest gaming channel on the internet. My name's Jesse, and this is Super Joystick Bros, and this is Mike.
I am Mike.
Yeah! More GoldenEye.
More GoldenEye, and back to the Goofy movie.
Yeah! Nope, we're just gonna resume the game. Yeah, we left it off on a big cliffhanger, because that makes people watch. I don't know. Anyway, the Goofy movie was... The whole plot was that Max was kind of getting a little rebellious, sort of, in school. It was mostly his attempt to impress a girl. So he wanted to impress this girl that he really liked. I think her name was Roxanne. And he dressed up in like a Powerline outfit. Powerline is like a Prince, Michael Jackson kind of amalgamation character.
Came down to a dance-off, didn't it?
Yeah, no, not really. There is dancing in the movie.
There's dancing.
But he disrupts a school assembly and comes down on like a wire. He gets his friends in like the AV club and the theater department to help him, and he sings to Roxanne, and he's like, oh, "I'm really cool." Okay, why?
You don't want to go that way.
I think I do. I just want to duck
Why
under
is there bacon floating in the air?
Ah, delicious, delicious, ashy bacon. What was that? Oh, do I want to go? I think I want to go up there. Oh, no, I don't. Can I? No, I can't even do it. So...
Disappointed.
It's fine.
Like the Hercules character. You ever see that? He misread his lines. And he yells, "Disappointed!"
What?
It's a real thing. He misread his lines and it made it into the film.
Okay, well, we got to finish the Goofy movie before we get off track.
Go on.
But we'll put a pin on that. We'll come back to it. He impresses her, and she's like, Max, like, I kind of like you. So they're talking after school. Maxie. They're talking after school, and he's like, oh, we should go on a date. And then because of his actions in school, Goofy gets called. And the school is like, he's going down a bad path or whatever. Like, you got to get under control. And he's like, oh no. And then he talks to Pete, and Pete makes it way worse. Pete's like, oh, Maxie's going to go to jail, Goof. And he's like, oh, Maxie. He doesn't want him to go to jail. He's like really worried that Max's actions are going to lead him down this like really bad path, and he's going to be in prison. And I think he has a nightmare about it. So Goofy's solution, is to take Max on a father-son road trip.
Can I just interject for a second? Here's a highly trained professional that we're controlling, spy who's going around killing people. We're talking about a children's movie.
This is a family show.
The contrast is just...
Family show.
Amazing.
Family show.
Kid show.
Kid show.
Burn your face off.
Yeah, so Goofy kind of springs it on Max, and Max is upset. Like, he doesn't want to go on this trip. He wants to go on the date with Roxy. What the hell did he do? What? Dude!
Did his body just swing up?
I can't replay it now, but we'll see it later. Yo! That was so weird. That was nuts. Oh my god.
That's like something out of you'd expect it, like Silent Hill or something.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I'll just sneak up on this guy. He's like, whoa. Oh my god. Okay, back to family show. So Goofy tells Matt, he's like, we're going on this trip. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. So he goes up to Roxanne, and he's like, I can't go on the date, and she thinks he's blowing him off. He's like, no, I really want to, but my dad's taking me on this trip, and I didn't know until now. And she's like, whatever, you're just lying. So he's trying to convince her, and he's like, no, I'm gonna. Nope. He's like, I'm actually... I don't know why he lies the way he does, but he basically says, I'm going to the Powerline concert, and somehow that's okay with her. She's okay, like, oh, well, as long as he's not going on a father-son trip, and he's gonna go meet Powerline, it's okay. So, he, I didn't pick up another gun. He tells her, like, he lies, he's like, I'm gonna go see Powerline, and I'm gonna be on TV and I'll wave to you or whatever. And she's like, oh, because I guess she only likes him when he's cool? I don't know. It's probably not great. And then Goofy takes him on the trip. So the entire time she's expecting him to see him on TV, and the entire time Max is like, how am I gonna pull this off? So over the course of the movie, they're Max and Goofy are disagreeing on just everything. Max is growing up. He knows he think he's a senior in high school in this movie, so he's like, I'm gonna be out of the house next year. Like, I'm gonna have my own life. Like, I wanna, like most teenagers do. Is like, I want to start like doing things on my own. I don't want to be babied. I want to be coddled. And the entire time, that's all Goofy is doing, is he's like trying to recapture his bond with Maxie by doing all the things that they used to do in Maxie's youth, which is like go fishing and like go to these like fun kiddie places. But Max doesn't want to do that stuff. So over the course of the movie, they're trying to bond, and also simultaneously, Pete is taking PJ on a similar father-son trip, and they like run into each other at some point. See, like he just kicked open the door. Then why did I have to pull it open the last time? Okay, that's ridiculous. Who are you?
Are you all right?
Oh, that's Natalia, probably. Doesn't really look a whole lot like her, but then again,
What is this place used for?
007 does look like Pierce Brosnan, so it's probably fine.
She looks closer to the actual Natalia than Daniel Craig looks to
Pierce Brosnan, yeah. Daniel Craig looks a whole lot like Daniel Craig, though. That was modeled pretty well. I'll say that.
She locked you in there.
She did by accident, I think. Am I not supposed to go up this way? Oh, it's red.
My little
Okay.
brother used to say, by purpose.
By purpose.
It was by purpose.
Oh, we acquired night vision goggles for no reason. Cool.
Those will help. See, they opened the door for you.
No, I opened it.
I tried to make them more important than they were.
Yeah, that's fine. Excuse me. So, oh my god, did it really have me do that to open a door that was so stupid? So they go on a trip, they run into Pete, and Goofy's like, oh yeah, Max would never... Like, he's not a bad kid, because it's like halfway through the trip. And Goofy's trying to tell Pete that, like, Maxie would do the right thing. So, Pete's like, oh, no, Goof. Like, they're not, like that's not what teenagers do. So, if you have an opportunity to, like, see that he would do a bad thing if, like, you let him do a bad thing, that you should realize that. So, Goofy puts Max in charge of the map. Like, even though they've been on this trip a billion times, there's a map, and you got to follow it, and you got to hit all the stops. So it's like a typical road trip. Not that I've ever really been on one.
No.
Okay. So there's this defining moment in the movie. I'm just recapping the movie. Not even recapping. But there's a defining moment in the movie where Max is trying to figure out a way to get to the Powerline concert, which is not in the place that the father-son trip is. It's close, but it's like there's a split where like you go one way to get to the Powerline concert and another way to get to the father-son camping trip. Also, he doesn't have tickets to this concert. He has no plan.
So it just goes to Powerline.
Right. So what happens is... That was dumb. What happens is... See, with the thing that what happens is things happen, and what happens is I stall for time so I can remember what happens. Oh yeah, so he takes a marker and he like changes the map. He like sneaks it like so Goofy doesn't know. And then Goofy has the conversation with Pete, and then he's like, why don't you be in like in charge of the map. So now he's even he starts to feel guilt. He starts to feel a little guilty, and he is given the choice, like, okay, even though I was intending already to do this, now my dad's trusting me to do the right thing, and now I feel bad I know I'm not going to do the right thing. So Goofy is asking him, like, all right, which way do we go? There's a fork in the road. Which way do we go? And this is the defining moment where Maxie either chooses to do the right thing or get his way. And he's having a really hard time. They're coming up on the turn, and they got to go left or right. And Goofy's like, left or right, Max? Left or right? And he's like, I don't know. He's like, just look at the map, left or right. And Goofy is making sure that Max is going to do the right thing. Also, I think he's kind of maybe privy to what Max is maybe doing. Because I think Pete tells him, he's like, oh, you scheming to, like, go to this concert. And Goofy's like, no, Max would never do that. Max would never literally betray me like that. So, so Max chooses last second, go to the Powerline concert. Because that's the plan. Why did it have me? Whatever. So he chooses the wrong way. Goofy takes the wrong way. And Goofy knows. He knows that's not the right way. They've been on this trip a billion times. And he's immediately mad at Max. Max is like, so, Dad, why don't we talk about so-and-so? And he's like, why'd you lie to me, Max? He gets really upset. And then they have a fight. And Maxie, like, they finally start to actually discuss their feelings. Which is the healthy thing to do. To just say, like, Dad, I understand. Like, maybe you want me to do this thing. But I don't want to do this. I want to be more of an adult. Like, obviously it's really hard to have those discussions. But, oh my God. They don't. So, there's this moment, they're mad. And at some point during all of this, like, hilarity ensues, chaos happens. I think their car gets thrown into a river. But they make it out, and Goofy finally understands, like, he's not a bad kid. It's okay if we do things that Max wants to do. I don't have to force him to rekindle his youth. And Goofy helps him go to the Powerline concert. Okay, it's fine. And then that leads to a scene where they sneak into the concert, and then they accidentally get on stage with Powerline. And Powerline's cool with it. He just goes with it. He's like, sweet. No security is chasing Max around. And Max is like on a catwalk at that point. And Goofy is below the stage, but he accidentally steps on the part of the stage that like rises up. You know, like some stages have that sort of thing. So he's on the hydraulic lift, and he accidentally gets on stage, and everyone's like, who is this rando dude who's on stage right now? And Max is like, do the perfect cast, which is like a fishing thing that Goofy does to cast better. And it turns into a dance. And then now everyone's doing the perfect cast, and you're like, all right, cool. Powerline's doing it. Everyone loves it. And, meanwhile, Roxy's at home at a party. Oh, that was the thing. They were going to go to a party together. And Roxy's there. And
is she at the party getting chocolatey wasted?
No, it's like a kid's party. They're just like hanging out and watching TV or like drinking soda, eating pizza. It's like one of those, like, you know, like not a kid. It's still like a high school. I think it's a high school graduation party or something like that. So they're watching TV and they're watching the concert, and like they don't really immediately see Max. And can I do anything with that? No. Okay. And
that was really risky.
Whatever. I just go back to the last checkpoint. It's fine. What do you think? Lives were on the line? Nah. And then Max falls off the catwalk, and then they all dance together, and they're like, Max on TV. And it works out for Max. But the point of the movie, the whole moral of it, is like seeing eye to eye, which is the song that Powerline sings at the end of the movie, is called Eye to Eye. And it's literally the letter I, the number 2, not TWO, the number 2, I. Trying to search for that song on Spotify is stupid. Just saying. I'm in the elevator. I've done... Oh, wait, there's a button I gotta...
Eye
Help!
to eye.
What? Oh, Bond, that doesn't look particularly safe. That seems like an emergency brake of some kind. It was. You're silly. You're a silly boy.
Reached. Contact team. Terminate the survivor.
Huh? Am I just... What am I looking at? This is stupid. Whatever, it's fine. So yeah, the whole moral is like reaching a level... Like, communication is very important. And that's the first movie.
There it is, eye to eye.
Oh yeah, you find it? I don't know if we can play it on the show, but you can listen to it afterwards.
No, I was just trying to find it, see if it actually came up, and
yeah,
it did.
pretty good song. Not gonna lie. And the second movie, which I think you were starting to talk about in the last episode, is where Max is going to college. He's going to college. He's very excited not to be in the Goofy household anymore. He's like, I don't want to be. I want to be my own person. He still has those feelings of like, I want to be more of an adult, and he wants to do skateboarding things. And he's a very good skateboarder, and then the plot of that movie is Goofy cannot get assistance with employment. Like, he goes to an employment agency, and they're like, you never completed college. And then he's like, well, what does that mean? It's like, you got to go complete your course credits in college. And I think it was like he had Max really young. Is why or something like that? I forget what prevented him from finishing college in the movie.
So what I'm learning from this is Goofy's the dad with the New Balance shoes and the jean shorts and tucked in shirt, no belt. Or maybe a belt. Goofy doesn't seem like a belt type of guy.
Yeah, he's a very, like, he's a loving father. Like, he only wants the best for his son.
So he has the belt?
I don't know. He might. He definitely doesn't bust into his kid's room with a Goofy mask and a belt yelling, it's Goofy time. That's not a thing that happens.
What the heck is that?
What do you mean?
That was very specific.
Well, you don't know what I'm talking about? Just look up it's Goofy time. Just do it. Yeah, go ahead. It's fine. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not gonna hurt you.
I'll do that later.
Do it now.
Kid show.
Kid show. Well, it's not like graphic or offensive or anything. It's just kind of ridiculous.
Is it like running into someone's room with
like
a Burger King mask?
It's a comic panel. It's a one-panel meme. How are you shooting me? But anyway, Goofy goes to college, and it just so happens to be the same college Max is at. And Max is like, I hate this.
They become roommates?
They don't become roommates, but Goofy shows up in one of Max's classes, and Goofy shows up in his 70s attire. There's no way anyone threw a grenade in there. I think the game literally was like, get out of that room. That's cheating. Get out. He shows up in an afro wig, which is weird that he would wear a wig.
Goofy?
Goofy does, yeah. I think because he used to actually have an afro, and then he was like, I'm gonna wear an afro and look like I did in the 70s. And he wears like bell-bottom jeans and like, it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Goofy's trying to fit in. This is how. That's
yeah.
So.
He's trying to reclaim his youth.
In the 90s, his perception of college and what they used to wear was.
He literally says in the movie to the temp agency lady, he says, well, I haven't been to college since the 70s. And that's how he shows up, because that's what he knows.
So, I believe I've only seen the Goofy movie 2.
An extremely goofy
once.
movie. Yeah.
I've only seen that once. The other one I've seen multiple times, and for some reason it is so distant in my memory that I would not have been able to do what you just did and talk about it in that thorough detail. You seem like you have it on repeat or on demand.
I watched it sometime this year because I forget how it came up, but I was like, I haven't seen that movie in a while, and I watched it.
Would you recommend it as an adult?
Oh yeah, it's a fun movie. It's a really fun movie. It has a good storyline and some really cute moments. Like, oh god, there's a moment in the first one where Goofy and Max are sharing like a can of, it's like alphabet soup or something like that, and Goofy is talking about how when Max was little, he would call soup something. I forget what it would say, but he called it that because like it's what the soup spelled.
Mm-hmm.
It was like sop, or I forget what it was, but it was silly and cute. And then, hold on, allergies.
Then we're back.
And we're back. And it's something that like Goofy reminisces about, and Max understands. He starts to understand why his dad is being the way he is. Because the entire time Max is just like, why does my dad suck? And then he's like, I get it. Like, he still wants the things he wants, but he's starting to understand why his dad is kind of doing what he's doing, even though he doesn't agree with it.
Are you saying he's starting to understand why his dad's goofy?
Yeah. Yeah. Why are you being so goofy? Oh, your namesake. Titular character.
So, the reason I ask, would you recommend as an adult? HBO has been releasing a lot of like Looney Tunes, and Hulu, I think, has Animaniacs again, and a bunch of other Nicktoon type
Did you see that guy pop out of the corner and then just dive back in?
I might have missed it.
I'll have to replay that in slow motion on the video. That was super weird. That was almost as weird as the guy who turned around 360 degrees. like he was a ghost. He was a ghost, and his torso wasn't connected to his legs.
So just all the streaming services seem to be coming out with their own, or buying up all of the animated series from back in the day.
Oh, sure.
And I'm a huge Tom and Jerry fan. I love Tom and Jerry.
That was remade somewhat recently.
It was, it was okay.
It wasn't good.
It wasn't. It was,
Yeah.
I mean, I like the original Tom and Jerry because there's no talking, for the most part. There's a little bit, but most part
there are a couple
it's
episodes.
classical music.
Yeah. Or like just sound effects.
Yeah, and I don't mind that.
No, yeah, it made sense and it worked.
So I've been watching that. I've definitely been going through the new Animaniacs. I think
Oh,
they
look,
did a good
3
job
of the
with
same
that.
guy. I mean, they've all been the same exact model, but
Look, triplets.
yeah.
And I've just been super happy to kind of relive those. And I think a lot of people who are our age do that.
Yeah, Animaniacs was it Hulu, Amazon Prime?
Not that we're old, but I mean,
Eh.
we ain't young.
Yeah, I forget what channel I was on. Twitch channel, by the way. Forget who I was hanging out with. I think it was Baldy Kong. No, I don't remember. It doesn't matter. The point is that we were talking about ages. Oh, it was OK Donuts, and because he's 27, and someone came in who's I think in the Gen Z or at the very least like young millennial.
I think.
And they were like, what the hell are you talking about? Because OK Donuts was playing GoldenEye for the N64, and they were like, yeah, this game came out in '97, and someone was like, I wouldn't have been born yet, and I'm like, wow, because I think they were born in like 2000, 2001 or something. Oof. And I think he said, yeah, we're all really old here or something, and I was like, speak for yourself, I'm the youngest 29-year-old here. And it was a silly little moment, but it's getting to that point where it's like, yeah, there are people with fully fledged opinions on things who, where do I go? Oh, well, I'm gonna die. Come here. And they don't know about cassette tapes. They don't know about VHS. You know what I'm saying?
I missed 8-tracks. I'm only a couple years older than you, and I never we never had an 8-track. It was always cassette, or my dad had a 6 CD changer that was underneath the passenger seat.
My mom had one in her car in like 2002.
Yep.
Which
my first car had a 6 CD changer in the trunk.
oh, that's
So
weird.
if I wanted to, it was a
Yeah, you pick your 6 favorite CDs and you leave them in there until
Yep.
they are no longer your 6 favorite CDs.
yeah. People must have thought I looked stupid going in. Like, what are you doing? Changing
changing the
CDs.
music, yeah.
What? And it looked weird because you went into the back trunk. It wasn't like it was hidden under anything.
Oh, wait,
it was just sitting there
oh,
on the
that doesn't
side. It was
help
a
me.
big black box.
Yeah, same. But it was under my mom's passenger seat. And it was one of those things where like when she first got the car, when we were trying to figure it out, we're going through the options to like get to cassette or radio. It pops up a CD option. And for the longest time, we were like, why is this an option if it isn't a thing? Mm-hmm. And we were thinking of like, well, how much would it cost to like get one put in? And I don't think it ever happened. And then one day I was just like, I was trying to adjust my seat. And then I was like, what is this thing? Like,
Big yellow one's the sun.
big yellow one's the sun. I was like, what is this
The big yellow one's a son!
thing that's blocking access to part of the thing that adjusts the seat? And I think I pressed a button. I looked under there and I like started messing around with it, and then out popped a thing, and I went, oh, this is a CD changer. I know what this is. And I was like, hey mom. She's like, what? And I was like, you have a CD changer in your car. She was like, what? And then I showed her. She's like, that's been here the whole time. And I'm like, yep, whole time. How did I die?
The explosion.
Get out of here, explosion. It was very silly. And from then on, it would like we put 3 of her CDs and 3 of my CDs in, and it was great. It was a grand old time. But it's one of those things. It's like that's a relic of the past. CD.
All three CDs. Goof Troop playlist.
yeah. I put in an extremely goofy movie soundtrack, an extremely goofy movie soundtrack, an extremely goofy movie soundtrack. One of them was the live version, though. No, I think at the time it was American Idiot, Green Day. One of the Yellow Card. I think it was Yellow Card, Ocean Avenue, and might have been My Chemical Romance. Might also have been like a burned CD of songs.
The Black Parade or
The Black Parade, yeah. The one that
Sounds
was
about right.
very mainstream. I was a very mainstream scene kid.
Yep. So in my 6 CD changer, it was at one point all Green Day.
You ran. Oh God! You ran away and then you shot me.
I was all in on Green Day, all in on Blink.
You don't call the full band. It's just Blink. We're on a first name basis. It's just Blink.
I mean, yeah.
Some 41 that was a band.
I had a mixtape of
with a couple songs
a
on
mix
it.
CD.
'Cause I'm in too deep and I'm trying to keep.
Yep, that one.
Okay.
I had the Eagles in there because I've always liked the Eagles.
I only ever knew one song by the Eagles.
Hotel California.
Yep.
Well,
Hold to use what? What am I using?
You just bent concrete and rebar.
I think it was loose.
Well,
It's very heavy.
did you
But
feel it in the controller? So fun.
no,
thing-
this isn't the PS5, Mike.
So the,
We're not all you,
so the PS5 has
Mister.
that
I have
feedback.
20 thingamabobs. You suck.
You have
Sorry.
you have 2. I have 20.
yeah.
But I want more.
That episode aired a month ago if you're watching this when the video first came out. But to us now, today? Yesterday? It aired on Monday.
Monday.
A couple days ago.
I watched it.
Did you watch it?
I did.
Oh, cool. That's why the view count is higher. Sweet. I don't have to get better at making content. I just gotta get more people on the videos. Man, if I could just get like 30,000 people on one episode, I get some numbers on these.
There you go.
Yeah. Hi. That'd still be like a fraction of the people watching it. You know, because like even I get bored of watching me, and I'm not very narcissistic. It is fun though. Although, how do you feel about watching yourself?
So we
Yeah.
talked earlier about
Why?
someone shot a rocket at you, or was another explosion? You need to run through that point. That's what it seemed like.
Dumb, but okay.
So watching myself,
Mm-hmm.
back to that, for the last year and a couple months, I've been doing nothing but Microsoft Teams calls at
Yeah.
work. So I've always had myself on the screen, sometimes multiple times a day. So I've gotten used to seeing myself on the screen to where it doesn't necessarily bother me. But there'll be days where I'm still like, I'm talking and I'm watching myself.
Oh,
which
weird.
is really weird. And I can't stop for some reason. And I know I'm not the only person that has this issue, because I've seen multiple people on the calls with me doing the exact same thing. I don't think it's... You have problems with some people who have to stop and look at themselves in the mirror all the time.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those people. In fact, you've seen my TikTok where
Oh, yeah,
all the
you
mirrors
can't
are
even
way
do
too long.
that.
I can't even look
Can't
at
even
myself
do
in the
that.
mirror.
Name one thing that you don't have, but it's so practical that everyone should have it.
At least one mirror in the house that I can see my own face. I have no idea what I look like.
Yeah,
If we didn't do these,
funny.
if I didn't do these videos with Jesse, I would not know what I look like.
By the way, when you asked me, is it okay if I give away the magic behind it?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, so Mike messaged me and he was like, I need you to record this setup. You didn't give me the entire thing you wanted. You just like, I just need you to record the first half of like what I'm going to stitch. And I was like, okay. But then that prompted me to be like, well, how do I make this into my own video? Because I can't just upload the stitchable moment. Because the thing is like, what was it? Name one thing that everyone should have in their house, but like, what is it?
It was like, name something that's so practical that everybody should have, but you don't.
Oh yeah. And I was like, well, what do I do? Because I didn't know what you were gonna do. So, well, all right, hey, cool, just come out of my periph.
This game has been filled with surprises today.
Yeah. So mine was like, everyone should have this mug. And legitimately, hold on, actually, I could put a picture up, but I also could just take it. It lives in my office. It's this mug. I made it in high school.
Do you yell "cup" when you need it to come help you with something?
No.
Like the Book of the Dead?
No.
Hocus Pocus?
No.
Nothing?
God, no. So, so I was like, everyone should have this mug. It's practical. And I'm like, is it? I don't know. And I thought that was fine enough. And then what your idea for your TikTok... Oh, am I going backwards? I think I am. Your idea for your TikTok was so good. Oh, God. I'll try to splice it in if I can. I've liked it, but also I like 100 things a day, so they all get buried.
Mm-hmm. I only have 2 TikToks. I've only done 2.
Oh, well, I'll find it real easy then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
was
I don't
Oh,
do
the
many.
first one.
The first one was President's Day.
God. By the way,
Kids show, not rated for this.
no,
audience.
no, it was a dirty joke, but it was funny, and it also, like, your first TikTok had
180 likes, just about.
Yeah, I was like, come on, dude. Like, I spent a lot of time making content and like thinking of funny things, and like, I really did just get shot by a rocket. That's really what it was.
Never thought that it would do anything. I made that specifically for my friend who I was talking to about President's Day, and I came back a week later and noticed that it was
I noticed it immediately. I'm like, wow, all right. Which, if I were you, I would be doing the thing that I did when my Instagram post kind of got a little attention, where I pretended I was famous. And it's fun. It's fun to pretend. It's not fun to be so deluded that you think you are. For context, I had stitched a video that Ethan Nestor did from Crank Gameplays. He was like, tell me you watch Unis Honest without telling me you watch Unis Honest. Or he said my videos, and I chose Unis Honest because I'm a little bit more familiar with that than I am Crank Gameplays.
I was at
the time.
What was the word you said?
Unis Honest? Or Crank Gameplays, or Ethan Nestor.
No, the guy, you used a one-word, like...
Eve? His nickname Eve?
No, it was.
Get out of here.
What was it that you said? I can't remember. It's one of the stitches that you did.
Oh, Skrillet.
Skrillet, yes.
Yeah, that was the joke. So it's just a video of me camera stitching that, and I'm just looking really confused for a second, and I go Skrillet, and then that's the joke. And the people who watched Unis Honest will know what that is. I think it's the first one, the first Unis Honest video where they're cooking with adult toys. Oh, now I go up here. That makes sense. Sure, why not? And Ethan is having a really hard time coming up with the word skillet. He goes skriddle, skittle, skrill, skill tree, and he can't get it. And Mark is like, "Are you this serious right now?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's serious." Like he can't come up with it. And then it goes on for a long time, and he goes, skrill, skillet! And he thinks of it, and it's just this really triumphant moment. He's like, oh my god, that was not fake. And I feel bad, like, he has ADHD, and that was definitely part of it. But also, like, I've done that. Where I'm like, the hell is that word? And you just keep repeating the same, oh my back here, Jesus. The same word over and over and over again.
If you ever looked at a word, and you've spelled it a million times in your life, but it's just like, that's not how you write that. And today, your mind will just be like, that's not how that word is supposed to be written.
Someone was talking about that, where like they couldn't think of the word of. They kept spelling it UV. Oh, I think it was Aaron Hansen. And he's like, I know it's not UV. But that is literally all I can think about right now. Like that's what it is. That it's UV.
Brain is fried. That's what that is.
Like those two letters make that word. Those two letters make that sound. And it's not wrong. Those two letters do make that sound. But that's not how you spell the article of. OF. It's like, but OFF
For
is
the
off.
listeners,
Like,
it's OF.
yeah. What? What'd you say?
For the viewers, it's OF.
Yeah.
Of OF.
Yeah. Of. It's like, but it's not uff. It's like what? Yeah, it's
Why isn't it UHV? Of.
I don't know. Seems like there's a grenade thrown. What do I do?
Is that a headshot again? Yeah, I thought I saw a laser.
I think there might have been a headshot. The covers on ventilation ducts can also be shot or smashed off with a melee attack. I am most of the way through this game. I am aware. You can go away. Mines can be stuck to players as well as surfaces. Oh, can they? Thanks. Do you remember that movie, the Quince?
Quince, yeah, it was on Disney.
Yeah. Yeah, it starred the same person who did.
Last time, can you like blow that up or something? Or excuse my French.
Yeah, excuse the fact that I gotta do some audio work now. Oh, sure. Yeah. Why not? Why not have this be? Oh, just put me through. Just put me through it, baby. You don't need to tease me like that. Goodbye.
We meet again. You called in the distress signal, didn't you?
I like how
I get frustrated when we're right at the end the entire time. Sorry, I am a bit of a diva tonight. Oh no, we're still playing. That's fine.
You have to follow.
Why not? Yeah.
She's the reason you got locked in that one room to begin with.
Yeah, I missed the exchange because I was very salty. But like, what the hell? She's like, no, get away! And then you just randomly run into her, and she's like, you're cool. Like, what happened? What? Get out of the way! You're not strong enough. I'm James Bond, and I have super strength. Apparently.
That's the stealth helicopter.
The stealthicopter. It's the stealth mobile.
No, goodbye.
Stop. You're not safe on your own. I'm here to help.
Oh.
Who are you?
Well, that kind of happens in the movie. Where she's like, I don't know you, I'm afraid of you, you're like just this random person, you have a gun. And he is like, no, I'm good. This also happens. This is pretty close. Pretty close to the events in the movie.
Thank you. I could have done this myself.
Oh, sassy. She's also right. She definitely could have got captured herself super easily.
We did it.
Yeah, we did.
I was here for emotional support.
Yeah, you were. Anyway, hey, if you liked this episode, which, why? Then give it a like, and if you really liked it, consider subscribing, and then you'll know when the next video goes up. But, what I want to say to you right now is thanks for hanging out, and we'll hang out again real soon.